Ah!
This character.
Ah! But it's funny. We didn't.
Oh, Colin just wait left.
No, that was Brad. Because it was.
Oh.
Oh my.
Oh god, I forgot about that. Oh yeah, he's awake, he's awake.
Excellent. Most curiously excellent.
Well, have we set sail yet? No. Okay. All right. Well, I think that's the first order of business. I'm gonna start. What happened? We can hear you just fine. Is it not going through in the? Oh, that is off.
Okay. Alright, there we go. Now the... Oh. Okay. Hold on. I can mute this. The stream doesn't need to
you're
hit
on.
it twice over.
We can hear you now on stream.
Alright, great. Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to the Fate of Asharon. Last time we left off the session, the party... Oh, hold on. I'm gonna... This one's quieter. Last time we left off the session, the party were in the middle of... they were in the middle of partying, celebrating and stuff, and now the party is currently... well, the party is currently waking up after a long time of partying. Now... Yeah, and Golden has turned into a bird. Anyway, now...
Yeah, he had to get that back in there.
yeah, I mean, they could already hear you.
Had to stay on the roll. Had to stay on the roll.
Now, essentially, Bird is not going to show up because she was method acting IRL and she's sick, so she's not going to show up. I said that joke earlier and it doesn't land the same now. Anyway.
It doesn't land the same way the second time.
Nah, it doesn't. It really doesn't. But it's fine. Now, last time we left off the series, the party decided to split up. No, fuck. The party didn't decide. The party... You know, the party did split up. They one got the ship, one got the crew, or like they got the resources for the ship. The other one got the crew, like wood and stuff, and cannons and stuff. And you guys all basically gathered up resources enough to basically travel. You guys decided to go and have a drink, and you guys also managed to get the brother of Julie. To join you guys, and
what we found out is Julie is Foxy is apparently a fucking princess,
and also the factor that she's a were creature. A were creature
she's like
is
a were fox.
Were creatures are basically half furries. They are. They have you know, the whatever the fuck they're called. Essentially, they aren't fully furry. But they have like fox ears or cat ears or dog ears or whatever.
The fox girl.
Yeah. But essentially they are human inbred with certain were creatures, essentially, which means that they are werekin, is what they're called by in the traditional sense. Anyway, now as you guys are going about, this is too stressful, Jesus. That's bad.
Yeah, that music was a little intense.
Yeah, we're currently at port. Now you guys wake up the next session, the next time, and as you wake up, I'm now going to ask you, what do you do?
Well, Marcus is sitting at his desk, just finalizing some stuff, and is very quickly going to head up to deck to get everything ready to set sail.
All right, you're getting everything ready. All right, that's fair. As you do that, you see that when you're getting up to the deck, you'll go walking onto the deck. Before you can walk onto the deck, you hear a knock on your door.
Well, I was about to open the door anyways, so I open it up.
You see that there is a gigantic werebear standing right in front of you. He is large, big, and he looks like...
Quite possibly massive.
Yeah, quite possibly massive. He looks like a grizzly
Quite
bear.
ridiculously massive, yes.
He's basically a grizzly bear, and he looks down at you. Well, hello there, sir.
Good morning. How's everything looking?
Everything's looking quite well. I haven't introduced myself. Hold on a second. I just need to double check that I got their names right. Okay. My name is
You could have given him the funny voice, which is Sassy the Squatch.
Well, hello!
Oh, hello, man. How you doing? I hope you're doing pretty well.
How you doing, mate? It's really...
No, it's not like that. You need to search up Sassy the Squatch. It's so funny.
I'm not doing that. Anyway, he's like, right, so I've been thinking a little bit since yesterday, and, you know, you don't seem to have a quartermaster. So, you know, I would like to offer my services as one.
You have experience as a quartermaster.
Yes, extremely so, sir.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
Hmm.
And I offer my hand to him. I'm like,
He reaches his paw really slowly towards you, like shakes it, but then like just
yeah.
He's like, sorry, big hands. Right, I got to get back to
No
work,
problem.
but you have a wonderful day, sir. If there is anything,
I give him a salute.
And he does a weird thing with his hand. He just okay, and he just walks off.
It's not like a full salute. It's like that 2-finger salute that, like, you know, like,
yeah,
good on, you know,
Peace.
just like the
yeah. All right.
And then I head up to deck to check on everybody else.
All right. You head down the deck, or up the deck?
No, up to the top. Yeah.
Yeah. As you get up to the deck, you see that there are the pirates have made these makeshift tables on top of, or the werewolves have made makeshift tables on top of the cannons, and they are eating off of that, eating some sort of breakfast, and they are drinking this black liquid that is there, and they're like taking sips. Yeah.
Does it look hot?
It does.
Okay. Can I assume that it's coffee from a distance?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna walk up to these guys over here and say, enjoying your morning meal?
Yes, sir. We are. It's yeah, we are.
Any more of that coffee left?
If you head downstairs, Maeve has made a couple of cups ready downstairs.
Excellent. All right. Any problems up here so far?
No, everything is fair. We did have a couple of ruffians come by, and somebody did try to steal the ship, but you know that's pirates. You know,
Of course.
how it is.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm sure they realized their mistake as soon as they attempted to set foot on board.
Of course. I mean, when you have a werebear on your team.
And I kind of pound the table and I go, "Good on ya."
Yeah.
And then I head off back. So
Yeah.
I'm actually at this point gonna walk downstairs. Is Asphodel still asleep?
She's lazing because she doesn't want to get out of bed, but she instantly woke up when she heard you leave because she's a light sleeper when it comes to noise like that.
Right. Okay.
But she does not want to get out of bed yet, so.
I'm gonna open the door to the captain's quarters and just kind of pound the door frame lightly and be like, "Hey, we got coffee," and then continue on down the stairs. She
will very, very slowly take her time getting out of bed, but she will get up as you go do other shit.
All right. I'm assuming these guys down over here have the coffee. Grab something.
If you go up to the top tables on the... Yeah, up here, they basically have the coffee, yeah.
Yeah, are they still brewing the coffee?
Yeah, some of them are, but it looks like, as you climb downstairs, you see that Maeve and Bran is standing down the hall, and they're, like, talking to each other. While, as you do that, you see that these guys are just, like, one of them, the werewolf, is, like, brewing some of the coffee. He's, like, he seems like he's doing some form of magic, as he's, like, he's breathing, like, dragon's breath, sort of, on the...
Right, so he's heating up the water to make the coffee with magic. Yep. Cool. Yeah, as I walk down and be like, "Hey, go ahead and make a few more cups. I'm gonna go wake up the rest of the crew."
All right, Captain, I got you. All right, boys, go and give these out to the rest of the boys. And it's like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. And basically, you see that some of them are just going ahead and walking up and walking around and just handing out some of the coffee cups to people.
Yeah, and as I'm walking through this part of the deck, I'm just kind of be like, morning. Maybe I'll high five somebody here, right? Or like, give them a clap on the back there, right? Morning, good work, guys.
Hi, Captain.
Getting ready to move. Just kind of doing the fucking, doing the round as I walk through. And then I will end up down here where the rest of the party is.
Through the shadow of doubt, I do it. I did it. I did it. I did.
What?
I made a song reference.
I get it. Okay. But yeah, so yeah, I stopped right down where the rest of the party's quarters is at. I'll start waking people up.
All right, you walk into the ship into.
Eric's trying to grab something. I don't know what it is.
Just give me a second. I'm on my way back now. I apologize. I should have made my coffee before the session started. Anyway, now you make your way back into where the crew where the players are, and you basically knock on the door, essentially, and or do you just make your way in? Actually, I should probably ask.
I kind of do a light knock and then walk in.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Actually, that makes more sense than what I was thinking. Okay.
Well, in our room specifically, or?
Yeah, you guys have like a. Yeah.
Sorry. Just.
Yeah. I might be like knock knock. I might knock a few times, like housekeeping, and then open.
Ibis, I'm just gonna describe this. Ibis is laying there, having a bucket right next to her. She does, with a little bit of water in it. It does, and essentially she has a bucket there, and she seems out of it. While I'm just gonna describe that Boxy and them are up already, but you know, yeah, there you go. I can't really respond a lot for them, so.
Biggie. What's Biggie doing?
Biggie, you have to open up the door.
What's Biggie doing? Is Biggie awake yet?
Hello, sorry. Yeah, Biggie's awake. Biggie's just in his little fucking room under the stairs like he's Harry Potter.
Right. I forget. Did we decide that there's a door there?
Yes.
Or is it just like?
I'd hope so.
Okay.
I'd hope there's a door.
I knock on Biggie's little door.
He kind of pokes his head out and goes, "Hello."
We're getting ready to set sail, my dude. You want some coffee?
He doesn't know what. He salutes at you and goes, "Sure." No
All right.
clue what you're offering.
Go ahead and head upstairs. We'll get you some coffee. Cole, coffee?
Yes, sir.
All right. And then I'm just gonna assume that the others want coffee as well, except for Ibis. I'm gonna be like, Ibis, you can stay here. We'll come to get you later. And I make my way back on up to where the coffee is.
Actually, well, I'm gonna have since you're planning on setting sail, I'm going to do something that I know for a fact that Julie wants, but she doesn't have the voice to speak out. Julie is gonna ask you, and this is me as her basically describing to you that there's a vampire. She kind of wants to join the crew, but she doesn't know how to handle it. And since we're planning on leaving, it doesn't hurt to have somebody try to get him to join. Essentially.
Okay.
I'm
yeah,
just
this
gonna
would be nice.
because before you set sail, she will lose her shit if I decide to not try.
Well, yeah. Okay. So this is because I immediately have that flashback to what I did see, because Marcus walked in right before the vampire left, right?
Yeah.
The one time the vampire showed up. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I wish Julie was here to actually act this out.
Yes, I apologize, but you guys are planning on leaving this section, which is kind of the problem.
Yeah. What? Okay. What do you think she would tell me about? So I'm gonna ask her. I'm like, you want this guy to join us? Why?
She's gonna state that she's going to say that the guy seemed useful, and he seemed like a very powerful spellcaster. Sorry about the blowing, by the way, everybody on the stream. I apologize. I fixed. Yeah, I know, but yeah, but he could be hurt earlier. Anyway, now.
Oh, gotcha.
Essentially, she's just gonna describe that he seems useful, very useful. He seems like he would be very. He seems very useful. Not only that, but he seems powerful, and he seems interested in me. So, I was just thinking if you could try, you know.
You think that's a good idea?
Yes.
Do you have any idea what this guy is interested in specifically?
If I were to measure
I mean-
a guess, me.
In what way?
I
It
don't
seems
know.
a bit. I mean, and I shut the door, right? I say, look. I wouldn't be saying this if it weren't for the fact that I literally just discovered that you're a fucking werewolf princess. Or fox, whatever. Doesn't matter. Point is, are you sure he doesn't have some sort of ulterior motive revolving around your little backstory?
I'm sure that well, he doesn't have anything that pertains to me and my background, but he seemed powerful, which is why I wanted to see if you could try and get
But
him
he's
to join.
interested in you.
Yes, he's fascinated. I think is what he stated.
Marcus is gonna give her a look like, alright, well, what are the odds we'll be able to find him before we set sail?
I mean, I don't know. Kind of have to go looking for him, I guess.
What time of day is this?
Morning.
I mean, it's morning, but is it like the break of dawn?
I'd say it's around 6. It might be 8 to 9.
Okay, so it's not like the break of dawn. It's like
yeah, it ain't.
sun's up.
Yeah. Also, keep in mind the sun doesn't. I mean, the sun does exist, but it always is up. So you gotta keep that in mind.
Ah, that's right. Forgot astral plane.
Astral plane. Yeah, you gotta remember that. 5 background. 5
Okay. Yeah, Marcus is just like, if we encounter him again, we'll make him an offer, but we don't got time to go on a goose chase. And he's gonna step out.
Okay. Alright. Players feel free to walk around the ship or state anything that you wish for.
He will say that if Voxy wants to take a quick look around to see if you can find him now before we set sail, but make it quick.
Okay.
Yeah, if that's something she wants to do.
I am going to do a couple of things.
I'm gonna head up to where Asphodel is. Asphodel, I assume, is sipping some coffee.
She is enjoying very much the coffee.
Yes, quite the coffee enjoying it.
The coffee tastes... Well, it's not a good coffee, but it works, you know.
Nothing stellar.
It's nothing stellar. It's not like it's not a coffee you make at home in the 21st century. This is coffee that probably has been made with a sense of gunpowder in it or some bullshit. You know, this is fucking doesn't make any sense. Yeah, you get your coffee. And,
I'm not gonna lie. I would like to think that this one particular werewolf who's making the coffee is just one of those guys who likes making he has a weird hobby for making like coffee and tea and stuff. He's like the weird guy who's like he's a warrior, but also he's like, I like making coffee as my hobby, and everybody knows he's just a little bit weird, but everybody appreciates it.
I mean,
That's what I would like to think. That's what I would like to think. He's just like, because like, why is this one guy making coffee? He's clearly a guy who just appreciates like coffee and like tea and other things like that. At least in my mind.
Yeah.
He's the one guy who's good at it, so everybody's just like, yeah, this is the coffee guy.
Hold on. As you are moving up there, Will, you feel a tap on your back?
He's like mid-sip, and he like finishes his sip, looks up, and he's like, ah, good morning.
Hello there. It's nice to see you again. If you remember, my name's Maeve. It's nice.
That's right. Sorry, I was very drunk when we met last night.
Yes,
and I'm
you
also
touched my tail quite fervently.
very soft.
Yes.
I apologize. That was a little bit rude of me. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Saloon shows me to forgive all. It's yeah, she believes in forgiveness.
Is Asphodel within earshot of this?
Yes.
She looks over at Marcus and she's like, "You did what?"
And I go, sweetheart, you have to touch it. Well, okay. And I look back and I'm like, you don't, maybe not have to, but trust me, she's very soft. She's like a small kid.
Asphodel is like glaring daggers at you, like.
And I look back and I go, come on. You're telling me you wouldn't pet the softest kitten you've ever seen? Or the softest little dog you've ever seen?
I look at the
What's
the
her name?
crewmate.
What's her name? I forget. Already.
Maeve.
Maeve. Alright, Asphodel looks at Maeve, and then looks back at you, and she's like, "Does that look like a puppy?"
When she transforms, she does.
Did I hear a meow?
Also, I don't know if Asphodel would know this. She's married. She's married. Like,
no, Asphodel.
Where's the husband?
he was there when I she transformed like accidentally, and that's when the whole thing happened. He was like right there, and I was like,
as you're doing that, you're seeing that Maeve has like a hand come across her shoulder, and you see that Bran looks at you. Hello there. Is there anything you want me to do, Captain, before we set out?
Get yourself a cup of coffee, and we're waiting on a few things before we do set out. It looks like everybody's got everything underway, so just sit down and enjoy a cup of coffee.
Right. Well,
and I introduced the two of them to Asphodel formally, and then and just kind of lightly explained that the whole thing with me touching their fur was like they're very soft.
My name is Bran, the Oathbringer. This is my wife, Maeve Blackfire.
It's nice to meet both of you.
Mm-hmm.
She still kind of like is glaring at
Side-eyeing
Marcus.
me.
Yeah, like major side eye, but she lets it go and just goes back to drinking her coffee.
She meets your eye. She does. The side eye, and she
I think
nods.
Asphodel's side-eyeing me.
Well, no. She looks at Asphodel and she nods softly to herself. She does as she looks at Bran. Hey, babe, can you deal with the situation that I told you about yesterday? You got a little rowdy. So, I'll deal with it later. Right. Is there anything... Right. I'm gonna go and deal with some of the crew matters, but you guys feel free to have fun.
Alright, let me know if you're having any issues.
Well, of course. But nothing I shouldn't be able to handle myself. An alpha gotta do what an alpha does, you know?
Here. And I kind of raise my tankard.
He raises his cup of coffee and he... Oh, that's hot stuff. Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good.
Thank you.
And I kind of point it at the werewolf who's making the coffee. I'm like, this guy makes pretty good coffee for being on a ship.
Yeah, no, that's James. He's a bit of a weirdo, but, you know, we all love him. Hey, Captain, do you mind?
Cheers to James, honestly.
Yeah, like... Oh, sorry, James, sorry. Right, James here is, well, he's a bit of a, he's a nice lad. He has, you know... Anyway, I'm going to walk away now. And he, he grew bigger.
Yeah, he stretched. Long brand.
Oh, long brand.
Long brand.
Ah.
Okay.
Yep. There you go.
Okay, so now it's just me, Asphodel, and Maeve.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we're just kind of sitting enjoying our coffee. What's Golden and Biggie up to now?
Golden, Biggie, you guys are both in your bedrooms. What are you guys doing?
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep thinking about yesterday. Sorry, I have nothing else to add. I'm gonna keep thinking about yesterday. Mostly, there's a reason why, and secondly, to piece out what the fuck just happened.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, I can't really do anything while we're in the middle of not being given orders or
No, fair enough.
still traveling.
Yep, that's perfectly fine. Yep, that's fair. Biggie, Barry, Biggie, Barry, Biggie, Barry, Biggie. There you go.
Hello.
So what are you up to?
I think Biggie's just kind of running around the ship looking through every nook and cranny.
Oh, yeah, you're going around. Alright.
Scotland about the place.
As you are walking around, where is Fergus? Where's girl Fergus? Fergus, where are you? I know I put you down here somewhere. Oh, Fergus is there. I am going to put Fergus upstairs. I am. Actually, I know where Fergus is gonna be. He's gonna be up here. There. Climb the crow's nest. Alright, Biggie, as you were going scuttling around the ship, you see that there's a bunch of people around. There's a lot of creatures, werewolves, but none of them seems disgusted by your presence. They seem quite intrigued by you. Some of them think, yeah, and all of them seem genuinely intrigued at you as you're walking by them. And one of them was like, hey there, child.
Biggie bows at them.
Bows is just, and the guy doesn't know what to do, so he does a wave a second, and then he bows a little bit, and he waves and bows, and waves and bows, and he's like, looks at his hand for a second, and it's just
awkward.
I was like, anyway, and he gets back to work, stocking stuff and preparing stuff. All right. Anyway, what? Okay, so what else do you guys that you're out for? Like Biggie, what do you do?
Biggie's just gonna run around the place trying to like find people. Yeah, Cole's in his room. If this is out of count for anyone.
Yes, she is. Are you looking for anybody in particular?
I don't think so.
Okay, copy that.
Okay, I'm back.
Alright, welcome back, Will. As you do that, Golden. No.
What?
I'm thinking. No, I'll wait a little bit with that. Never mind, Golden. If there is anything, feel free to go a little bit insane here. I am actually gonna ask you a question here.
Did you say me, or are you talking to Biggie?
Yeah, I said Will. I'm gonna ask you a question here. Where, alright, so you guys are docked at the same ship. Does anybody here have any idea on how to control a ship?
I don't think anybody has driven a ship before ever.
But driving a
Marcus
ship
is-
is relative. It's nice.
Marcus has probably been on like a smaller ship, like a sloop or something before, but nothing this big.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is just a brig, but yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
I mean, the only ships that are worthy in the material plane are merchant ships, because there's no real warships in the material plane. So a sloop is approximately the size. Yeah.
Yeah, like Marcus would have been on a few merchant ships as like part of a job, but
Yeah, I can see that.
about it.
Yeah, I can see that. That makes sense. As you guys are gathering up.
Asphodel, would Asphodel have been on any like ships in the material plane? As part of a job, or maybe while she's traveling?
I don't think so. She's not much of a sea person, at least as far as I would think. She would have been mostly on land, at best like a small boat on a river.
Gotcha. Okay.
No ocean travel or anything.
I mean, there's no ocean in Asharon, but yeah, I get you.
Yeah, like no big open waters, just at best a small little like 3 or 4 person boat type thing, you know?
Yeah, no, I get you. Or like fishing. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, like a fisherman's boat just across a small.
Yeah, that makes sense.
River or something.
Fishing was a
Yeah.
fishing was a huge business outlook back in the Human Empire. So it makes sense. Now, essentially, okay. So as you guys are going about, as you guys are going about your day. See, this is where I'm kind of like wish Julie was here because she really wanted to get this done. So, Will,
That's why I kind of like, you
Well-
know, said that maybe we could not do it today.
Yeah, but the problem is that we would have to wait an entire week for it, which is kind of like.
That's fine.
So instead,
I
I'm
mean-
going to postpone this entire discussion with Julie until next episode, which I still think
So you're just gonna cover whatever did happen next episode as
Exactly.
kind of like a sidebar,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
then we'll skip to the present. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So,
So,
we'll
now,
assume that something happened with Julie,
yes, and if
but we don't know what it is until next episode.
Yes, which I think is fine. It doesn't ruin anything. We'll just handle it the first part in the next session, which is perfectly fine. Now,
Cool.
I'm gonna ask you guys a question. All right. So, Will, how do you guys? All right. Will, I'm gonna ask you how you handle this entire situation when it comes to setting sail. It's around. We're gonna say it's 12 o'clock, and I'm just gonna say go, Will, because I don't think there's anything else I could do.
Yeah, at that point, I think we're just gonna. I'm gonna head up top. I finish my coffee, finish my breakfast. I'm gonna head up top. I'm you know, had a nice little chat with Maeve and Asphodel, and
You're getting to know
Then
them
at
a
some
little
point
bit
just-
more. Yeah, I get you.
yeah, and then at some point I'm like, all right, well, I got some more stuff to do with the rest of the crew, and I leave the two of them to have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel heat radiating from your back as you walk away, as Asphodel is glaring at you for leaving her alone with a stranger.
And he's just going to pretend he didn't notice, even though you know full well he does.
He does, yeah.
He's like,
Just
I got some
absolutely,
captain shit to
like,
do.
There's no way you just, like, invaded an awkward conversation and left me to deal with it. Like,
I got some captain shit to do. Da 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 da.
unbelievable. Men.
Is that what you say out loud?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's just what she's thinking.
Okay. Now, as you guys decide to set out for the Great Blue Sea, you hear that you see that Bran walks up to you see that Bran Bran walks right up to you, Will. Where is Bran? Oh yeah, he's down at the bottom of the deck. The dwarves have gotten off your ship, by the way. They were staying over as they were drinking.
Right.
And Ivar would have left. You guys do not get to keep the dwarf, as cool as that would be.
Disappointing.
Huh?
Disappointing.
I mean, he has his own ship and crew, so you know.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm just teasing.
You see that Brad walks up to you. He does, and he holds a cup, sips it quite fervently. He does, and he then says, "So, Captain, do you know how to do this, Potch?"
Honestly, you could probably do it better. Feel free to give me any tips. I'm not so arrogant as to try and pretend I know how to sail a ship.
I mean, all you really need to say is prepare to sail, and then the rest of the crew will just get started.
All right. I don't know if this mechanically makes any sense at all, but I think I would use Wind Speaker to project my voice across the ship without screaming. Does that make sense?
All right. Yeah.
Right, to kind of just like.
But screaming
force the
would be
wind to
really
carry my voice.
cool.
Yeah.
Like I don't like, instead of like straining myself to speak so loud that the whole ship can hear me, I say proudly like, everybody get ready to set sail, but there's like, it's carried by the magic so that everybody can
Yes,
hear me
the
as if I was next to them.
intercom.
And
Yeah,
as,
basically.
as you say it, you see that there's a bunch of men that is just like gets to work, and they are just like, and they start to unfurl the sails and everything. And you see that as you see that Bran, he goes from being human to his werewolf self. Let me just see if I can get the right one. Yeah, there you go. And you see, and he looks down at you. Right, so I need you to hit me with an elemental spell.
Wait, what did he say?
Hit me with an elemental spell.
Elemental spell?
Yes.
I grab a firebolt in my hand and literally slap it into his chest.
As you do it, you see that he goes. As he starts to suck up the elemental
He's
energy,
gonna huff
he
and
does,
puff.
and he blows through the sails, and the ship goes like as you see a powerful gust of wind comes out of his mouth, and they blow into the sails, and the ship makes part out of the port. It does.
At the same time that he does that, I'm going to channel my Tempest magic to, like, further, like, control the wind, like, the force of the wind as that happens.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, he and I are both performing an act of magic to get the sails going.
Yeah.
In unnatural fashion.
The sails come flapping out, the wings comes out, and you guys are set perfectly forward. You guys set sail. You guys see you see the like whale creatures like going about you. You see birds flying about you, like all of that kind of shit. You see like weird creatures,
All this
like
magical
coming about.
flying fauna.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. And I honestly cannot be bothered to name everything, which would be insane. But but essentially, you see that there's a bunch. You guys set sail. You do to new charted courses. You do. You split the brace. Split the whatever. I don't forget.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called. The main brace. That's what it is. Split the main brace, and you guys set sail forward into the distance. Uncharted courses. To you, obviously. The rest of the world
Right.
probably not. But, you guys going on an adventure.
Excellent. Okay. Are we going to return to the map?
As you guys... Yes, we are.
Excellent.
Now, as we set out, I am now... Oh my god. Getting used to my glasses is so weird. Anyway, let's see here. Do I have a stat block for the ship? I think I do. Let me just have a look and see if I do. Because I'm pretty sure I did last time I checked. hold on. God damn it. Hold on a second, please. Shit. Wait, hold on. Why not go into library? It should be there. This music actually fits this moment really well.
It does. It does. Truly.
Yeah, it is great. I like it. Shit. That doesn't work. Oh, that works just perfectly fine! Can I drag this? Wait. Am I... Wait, do I have to... Oh, I have to... Okay, from the bed. That's the one I chose to use last time. Hold on, let me just... it's a little hard, but I can give you control of it, Will, when...
Control of what?
I'll explain it to you in a second. I'm just trying to... Ah, there it is. There we go. Now, essentially, if you look down in the bottom right, where you guys are, I'm now going to give control to Will for this. Now, essentially, I can... Alright, Will. What be thy heading, good sir?
Oh, that's our ship. Oh, excellent.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna ask Brand. I see on the map that one of the closest places is gonna be Darakai.
Darakai, yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask him. I'm like, so tell me a little bit about this place. I imagine it's gonna be one of our first stops.
Darakai is an evil island filled with, Actually, you never told me. Where are we heading?
Well, our first stop, as hopefully, is gonna be the Valvanian ruins, up in this quadrant.
You see that he, like, takes your hand on your shoulder for a second, and he, like, whispers into you, do not tell that to the rest of the crew. Their morale will immediately sink. They are not, okay with that location. I'm just letting you know. Those are also...
Is that dangerous?
Yes. We're talking... There's ancient stories. I will tell you about them privately later. But that is once we've gotten our sails taken completely out there and we're out on the seas. Now...
Alright.
I will tell you everything. I promise.
I'll confide in you. The reason we're heading there is we're looking for specific artifacts. Are you familiar with the Great Wizard Hammond?
Hammond, the ancient wizard, as old as my father, I believe he is.
He is pretty fucking old.
Yeah.
Cool guy, though.
Yeah. I've never had the pleasure myself, but I've heard of him.
Yeah. We're actually on a quest from him. We're working alongside him and some of his other compatriots. So that's why our mission is to head to the Valvanian ruins. There's some things we're looking for there. We've been warned about what we can expect to encounter, roughly speaking. At the very least, we want to get at least a peek at it.
Okay.
Whether or not we go in now or later is up to what we see when we get there.
Well, I will tell you this. The Valvanian ruins... Well, the thing is that... I can tell you this. What you're heading for is known as the Ark. I knew about it from my father. He explained the story to me.
The Ark?
Yes, that's what they call it. 3 billion Valvanians were on that city. And it's floating in the astral plane. The only reason why you
Are there any still there?
Well, the thing is that there's said to be monsters there. Monsters that I don't even dare dealing with.
Mechanical in nature, I assume?
No. Human.
Human monsters?
They are... It is said that they still scream horrors of the kind of which you had never heard before. They are... Well, I'm presuming you have heard of zombies before.
Sure, yeah.
Well, these are not like those. These are creatures... Well, I've heard the saying. Well, I only know a couple of rumors about it. And I am very old. I'm 37,000 years old and I have never went there. But I'll explain this to you. These stories of the Valvanian ruins. Well, it says that anybody that steps there are bound to a fate way worse than death. It is where the immortal dead lie. I do not understand what they mean by this, but that is the rumors. Anywho, I thought it was zombies, but I've heard it's much worse.
Alright. Well then. It might be best to take a first stop somewhere else where we can get some more information. Somewhere close by, but not too close.
Could I recommend something?
Go for it.
The elves in this, the astral elves that lives here, is ancient. Some of them are older than me. It might be worth it going to talk to one of them. One of them may be Valvanian altogether.
Why don't we seek one of them out? Where would you recommend stopping? What's our first heading?
He points at. He's going to draw a little bit of a thing on the map. He is, as he then gets out, like Jesus. So we are down here, and
yep.
The thing is that the elves are up here. The thing is that we have to go through dwarven territory in order to get there. Darakai is filled with heartless orcs. It is, but it's nothing that we can't deal with. Just prepare for them to throw. Well, they have ships of their own, but their ships. Well, I don't understand how they function, right? But they have ships that they propel with some sort of magic, and just so you know, I've dealt with a couple of them. They use ogres to throw things at the ships instead of cannons.
Instead of cannons, that makes sense. Typical. Alright.
But if you want to know a place that it might be worth searching out where, well, there is elven patrols that goes all over the Valvanian ruins that never enters the Valvanian ruins. You see the Great Forest up here? And he points out this forest area here.
Gotcha. So we could stop there.
There may be some elves in there that might be able to help, but I would be very careful. There is, I will tell you though, in the Valvanian ruins, around the gigantic, well, let's call it the Ark from now on. The Ark itself has this blue bubble around it. I cannot explain it.
Okay. All right, I'll take your word for that. Whatever this bubble is. And what about this here? And he points at the ruined village over here.
What? Oh, that is sort of an ancient people known as the Turfodox. The Turfodox were fox spirits. They were essentially fey fox spirits from the ancient plane of, well, the Fey world.
Right, naturally.
And they...
You think it would be better to try and pass through there and avoid Darakai?
Well, there should be a forest on the Turfodox village, which we should be able to get some food and resources there if we should, but it'll only take us 3 days to get there. We have food for 2 months.
Great. Okay.
Let me actually do a little bit of math on how far long it's going to take. Yeah, it's going to take about 2 to 3 days. Well, possibly 3 days.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Alright, well then I suppose we will set sail for the Turfodox village and try to circumvent Darakai, and then eventually make our way to Tolka.
Alright, excellent. Alright. We'll have a look there then. Now, well, if there is anything else you need, Captain, feel free to tell me.
No, by all means.
I'm gonna make sure that the crew is okay.
Okay, so once per day, it sounds like I can move the ship 100
kilometers.
Yeah.
Now, essentially,
It's pretty fast.
well, a ship back in the 1600s could move approximately 100 kilometers per day. In fact, if you look this up, you'll find this out. I did a little bit of research on this to be able to mathematically calculate it correctly.
Yeah, I suppose at full speed.
Full speed ahead!
As you set course for the Turfodox village, you see that there is during the day there is a vessel that sails under the flag of a black, red, and blue sort of like navy. You know, it has a flag on top that basically is black, red, and blue, and it has a lion in the middle. It does.
How close are they?
They are a couple of kilometers away. They are, but they're a couple of kilometers away. But you can see them very clearly. They look like they are a small ship, and from what you can tell, they don't have that many cannons.
Did we say Cole was on the lookout?
Yes, we did. You did state that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna send a message up to Cole through the message cantrip and be like, hey, keep an eye on that ship, will ya? I don't think they're hostile, but just in case, you never know.
And I just reply back, will do.
All right.
Cool.
As you are having a look out for the ships, you see that.
I don't know if Eric, if you think if there'd be any point to this, but would there be any point to, since Cole is sitting up higher and probably has a spyglass with him?
Yeah.
Do you think he should roll maybe a perception check to see if he can get more? Or
With
maybe
advantage.
An insight check on them? With advantage, because he.
I am gonna say
You know, because I am in a high up
Yeah,
location.
because he's got the high ground.
Literally.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
What check again was it?
Perception.
Yeah, perception or maybe insight.
You're trying to perceive things.
Yeah. But yeah, and I was thinking
Perception,
insight to maybe like
okay.
determine what the like.
I can roll insight too. Ooh, that's bad.
Not good.
The
Insight is
to determine the
disadvantage
intent
because
of
I do not
the-
know.
Correct.
Huh?
Oh,
The insight is towards to see their intent, while the perception is supposed to determine whether.
yeah.
they
So
are weak or
here's the
strong.
thing. With perception, I can it's advantage, but with insight, it's disadvantage because I can't really tell their intention with from how fucking far we are from each other.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, you are a couple of kilometers away, so you'd be approximate. Honestly.
Perception advantage because ship big, I can clearly tell is there.
Yep.
I also high ground and insight.
Unfortunately,
already
what
tried
did
it.
you? We didn't get much, did we?
You perceive that the ship seems. Well, honestly, the ship seems like it's not hostile in nature, from what you can tell. The inside check is really poor, but the thing is that, from as far as you can see,
You don't need to explain. You just need to tell me that I failed and I can't really understand.
Well, he's giving you something. He's giving you something.
Well, it seems, from what you can tell, it might be a merchant ship. Like, it doesn't look-
Merchant ship.
Yeah, from what you can tell.
I don't trust myself.
I will. Also
Captain!
Since we've established, I've also been on some merchant ships. I'm gonna pull out my spyglass and also try to make a perception to see the same thing.
Okay, go ahead.
This is gonna be a normal roll. Jesus Christ! Oh, I'm in DM also.
You rolled it to DM. Got it. 8%.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, it seems
Yeah,
like a
these
merchant
rolls.
ship to you. It seems like a merchant ship to you. It's what
All
it looks
right.
like.
Cool. We're just gonna keep on our way, and I'm just gonna keep my eye on it.
Alright, as you are sailing north, you are. You are... Okay, so this is what's gonna happen. As you sail, continue north. See, I didn't prepare for this, but it's something I can do regardless. Now, as you are sailing north during the night, you guys go to sleep, you guys wake up, there's nothing that is that overly exciting about the first day. You guys see like 2 ships at most, and one of them is a ship you saw previously, which is basically a pirate ship. That basically you guys saw. It was a big ship, a galleon. It was pretty huge. You guys couldn't tell if it was a ship you guys knew or not, even with the perception. You guys know it isn't the Maple. I'll put it that way. You guys know that it's not STEM. So, while that is the case, you guys can tell from what you guys know. You guys are heading north, and as you guys do, you guys set it down to a skeleton crew during the night, is what I'm presuming, Will, correct?
Yeah, just like bare minimum crew.
Yeah, bare minimum crew, got it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna say 12 people are awake. That is enough to pilot the thing. Those people sleep during the day and night, and that's the thing. Obviously, during an emergency, everybody gets on top of the deck. You know, that's just the way it works.
Right.
But as you guys set out, or as you guys do, you guys go to sleep. And as you go to sleep, you guys see that during the session, as you guys wake up the next day. Actually, Golden, I'm gonna get to you in a second, but I can wait with Golden for a minute. Now, as you guys wake up the next day, Biggie, Barry, Biggie, Barry, Biggie. Guessing Biggie is saying,
yeah, what's Asphodel doing?
Ashy, what are you doing?
Hanging around.
Literally hanging around.
Asphodel is so out of her depth here. Like, she doesn't do well with, like, crowds of strange people. She's mostly just kind of sticking to the shadows, minding her business. It's not like she's, like, afraid. It's just she doesn't enjoy the random contact, right? Like, does that make sense?
It's too close quarters for her. She's not exactly comfortable.
Yeah. You know, if she runs into a crewmate, she'll talk, if she, whatever. But for the most part, it seems like she's just kind of doing her own thing, right?
Minding her own business.
Minding her own business, grabbing a coffee here and there, maybe checking in with Marcus. I think if we're just like in cruise right now, right? Like we're just sailing away, nothing huge is going on. She might ask for a chance to steer at the wheel.
And Marcus would allow it. He would be like,
yeah. She just wants to know what it's like to be a captain for a second.
Yeah. He'll
wear the hat.
He'll take off his hat and put it on her head while she's steering.
You can tell, like, she gets this moment where, you know, like when a cat is like super proud of their catch, even though it's literally a leaf, right?
Yeah.
Like when a cat's like, look at what I caught. That's like the vibe she's subtly giving, like, I am captain. But otherwise, I think she's just chilling. She's just kind of doing stuff, prepping for whatever might come.
Would you have rolled a perception on that ship that we saw earlier?
Yes, she
like
would
to do
have.
that?
I would love to do that.
Yeah, I'll assume you were with me. I hand you the spyglass so you could take a look.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, at that moment
Eric said it was a few kilometers away.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take the spyglass and be a little bit like, You said perception, right?
Yep.
Alright, submit to normal roll.
Damn, all of us are having crazy low rolls. This is insane.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah,
I only got an 11. What?
Yeah,
I have
all
a
of us
plus
rolled
4!
bad. I do too, I got an 8!
What? Oh my god, what is going on with that?
Somebody give me advantage, I want to reroll. Somebody give me advantage, I want to reroll.
I already used my action to do it. I can't give you the help action.
Damn it!
You have an inspiration token, don't you?
Do we?
You can use it as something as useless as this, but like, you know.
You know what? Hold on.
Wait, there was an eyelash in my eye. Asphodel didn't have the eyeglass upright. She takes another look.
She just takes another look. Eric, will you allow that?
There was something in her eye. She couldn't see through the looking glass properly.
I am going to say that no. I appreciate it.
Aw.
I will instead.
I mean,
actually
it's
just
6
realized I had
seconds,
the-
right? You can just do it again after 6 seconds, right?
I don't think that's how ability checks work in these kinds of situations. However, I will do enhance ability on myself to give myself advantage on wisdom checks, right? I think you hold on. Where's my wisdom checks? Very. Wait, hold on.
Okay, I'm confused by this map. Where are we like, where did we leave
Bottom right.
from?
Libertalia.
Oh gosh, this map is freaking out. Okay, there we go. Libertalia. There we go.
Yeah,
okay. There we go. My screen is so small that I had my character sheet blocking everything, so I didn't see anything happening.
Yeah,
I
okay,
see.
so,
So we're heading north. You said our destination was the Velvanian ruins, right? In the top right?
Ultimately it is, but we're actually going to stop by the
Right.
village first,
Right.
and then make our way over to Tulka and Umi.
Okay. Yeah, I see that.
And talk to some people about the ruins, and then eventually make our way there. Right?
Excellent.
And I'll kind of inform you that apparently there's a lot of very scary rumors about that place. It's kind of one of those like folk tales that everybody, even the most like
Excellent.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those folk tales that even the most like hardy sailor is like, no, we don't go there, right? Like even the most like the most I'm the like tough guy dudes are gonna be like, no, I'm not touching that shit.
Hell
So it's
no.
one of those things where it's like we have to be careful about how we approach it because our own crew might be like, nah, fuck that.
Right.
So
Eric, is that what you wanted that one song for? Was the Velvanian ruins?
Yeah, I'll get into that as we basically get along with it, but I'll promise you something. It's gonna be really.
Do you need that by next week already? Then I mean, how long?
I
did
need
it
it by
take us to get
the next 3 weeks because.
Next 3 weeks. Okay.
So yeah.
it's gonna take us a second to get there. Eric was deliberately saying, hey, don't go there right away.
Yeah.
Okay. Give your musicians some time to create music for it.
Okay. So yeah, we got basically 3 days to get to this abandoned village.
Okay.
Yeah, because we travel about 100 kilometers a day. So.
As you guys are finishing I actually got a couple of things. As you guys decide to basically, we're actually going to do this today before you guys go to sleep. Now, essentially, as you guys basically, you guys hear a knock on your door. You do, and it is Bran. It is that is standing outside. He says, "All right, it's time that I figure out why you guys are here." All right. Sorry, it's time. It's time that I learned something about you. And as a crew master, I think it's only fair.
Wait, who's he talking to again? Is he talking
He's
to
talking
somebody
to you.
specific?
He's talking to you.
Oh, specifically me.
Yes.
I was okay, and this is the werebear guy, right?
No, this is Bran.
Oh, no, this is Bran. That's Bran.
This is right,
Yeah.
Bran. Bran walks up to you. He literally says to you, I finally want to talk to you about why I'm here and why you're here, but I'm going to have to talk to you in private about it.
Ah, okay. Well then, I guess we'll just step down into.
Feel free to
my
bring your
quarters.
crew with me, but the rest of my crew cannot hear it.
Yeah, I'll send a message to everybody who's around, so that anybody who wants to can come to the captain's quarters and listen in. So that includes Golden and Bear, and Asphodel.
Yes, thank you.
So, I mean, obviously, also Voxy and everybody else can join as well. But here to
Yeah.
actually roleplay it.
As you guys are gathering around inside of the cabins, you see that he brought a glass of wine up, or a bottle of wine. He did, and he sits down. He does and closes the door. And Maeve is here with you guys, and she looks at you guys essentially, as well as Christ. She looks at all of you, and you see that Bram does as well. You must be wondering why I am in the astral plane.
I mean, it is curious, but I wasn't thinking too hard about it. But if there's something important you'd like to share, by all means.
My father. 2,000 years ago, my father sent me on a mission into the astral plane with 4 of my brothers. I said, and he sent all of us on several missions. He sent about 150 of my brothers and sisters on missions into different planes of existence. 13 went to the unknowable, 15 went to the Fey realm, 15 went to Alfheim, and several of them went to the elemental planes. I and 4 of my brethren got sent to the astral plane.
Okay. Care to tell me about this mission? He's like, don't leave. He kind of give this look of like, don't leave me hanging. I'm interested.
The mission is to try to figure out how to defeat our one true enemy.
Oh, and Golden and Bear, did you guys actually join this?
No, aren't I still in the lookout?
Well,
I sent a message cantrip because my message cantrip can reach all ends of the ship, and because I have a more intimate connection with you guys, I don't have to have line of sight for you guys in particular. So I just sent a telepathic message to all of you. Hey, we're having a meeting in the captain's quarters. Feel free to join.
Okay. Let's just say, yeah, I guess Colgan is there as well. Give me
Yeah, he doesn't have to join. Anything for anybody who decides not to join, I'll just be messaging whatever I hear.
Well, at least like just keeping it short, I guess.
Yeah, so Golden's not going to join. He's just going to get bits and pieces through my message.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably gonna be the best. Still, like, even if like that meeting was happening, I still want to be in lookout just in case.
Okay, so I'll just be telepathically sending you any key details from the meeting.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right.
He's probably gonna get annoyed a bit from the spamming.
That's fine. Yeah, you can just and it'll be it's just like a telepathic link where you're just gonna be kind of hearing what's going on in your head while you're looking out.
Mm-hmm.
And you can freely send messages back while this link is open.
Now.
Yeah.
No.
Bear? Is Bear here?
Biggie! Hey, Biggie! Biggie! Hey, Biggie! No, I think Bear is being AFK for a minute, but we'll get Biggie into this later, I promise. Now,
okay.
Now,
we want to just assume that Biggie's here, or is that unsafe to assume?
No, that's safe to assume.
Okay. And I assume we can. Do we want to also assume that Voxy and Sarius are here as well?
Yes, I can fill them in during the week.
Okay, cool. And then is Ibis still puking, or is Ibis fine at this point?
I will say that Ibis is still puking, so you're gonna have to leave this up with her later.
Okay, cool. All right. So it's me, Biggie, Asphodel, Voxy, Sirius, all in this meeting. And then I'm just telepathically filling in Cole,
Yeah.
who's
All right.
up on the deck.
Yeah. All right. Now, essentially, there you go. Will, feel free to state this.
Okay.
All right.
So he was saying, right, his mission is...
To find a way to defeat our enemy.
Oh, yeah, and I say, and who would that be?
He leans in for a second. Do you know of the vampire queen, also going by the name of Eve?
Heard of.
Stories are ancient. Very old. She's said to have a kraken under her dominance. She's said to be so powerful. Well, the stories are old, you see. We came here to figure out a way how to defeat Eve. Of course, we never told Arian that. However, Arian Starshade, you know, the vampire that's on the island, we never told him. We never explained to him why we were here. But we're trying to figure out a way how to permanently wipe out their species.
Okay.
Now, I got to ask...
Vampires, werewolves, there's a beef there. I guess what I'm missing is the significance and the importance.
I found 47,000 years ago, Adam, my father, got imprisoned. The story started very simply. It did. Adam and Eve were two creatures, Saloon and Enyo, both gathered together. They did, and basically they made a competition. They did. Now, Enyo and Saloon were said to be lovers at one point in time. The story is ancient and it has many, many different interpretations. But from what I know from my father himself, is that Enyo created a vampire. She's the blood goddess. She's the, you know, she is a huge evil god, which is said that if she ever became free, she would destroy the world. And Enyo and Saloon created the werewolves because they were trying to compete. A lover's quarrel, if it was. To create the
They created the werewolves and the vampires.
Exactly. Adam and Eve was the first of their kind. They did. And they fell in love. They did. And this is when...
Lovers.
Hmm?
I shoot a quick glance at Asphodel at that phrase.
Now the story is quite disgusting from here on out. See, Adam trusted Eve so much that he didn't question her when he took her into it, when she took him into a cage and locked the door. He only nodded. Didn't believe in betrayal. My dad did. For 1,000 years, my dad was tortured and forced to breed werewolves. He was. For 1,000 years.
Wait, the vampire queen did this?
Yes. We don't know why Eve did this. Some believe
I was
that
just gonna ask.
Some believe
Beat me
that
to it.
Some believe that Eve became greedy and she wanted more. Some believes that she was just a bloodthirsty tyrant always, and that she was just waiting for her opportunity to strike. But the stories doesn't matter. My father didn't appreciate it. For so 1,000 years goes by, and my father, he breaks free. He does. A rebellion set up by a bunch of his sons. Well, this was a bit before my time, 10,000 years or so, in fact. And my dad, he broke free, he did, of his chains. And he and the rest of his brethren and sons and daughters all got together, and they chased Eve and her kin into the astral plane. Sorry, into the Shadowfell, into the Shadow Realm. They banished them there, forever away from the material plane. Some managed to get back to the material plane every now and then, but we have the contaminants spread so much. I mean, you must be wondering why there's not many vampires in the material plane. It's because of us.
I mean, I just assumed they like to keep to themselves.
No, the truth is that we have had a war with the vampires for 40,000 years, and still counting, mind you. We used to have a man called Warhammer 49. I'm not gonna make that joke. Anyway, essentially,
I always just assumed that. I mean, everybody knows about the constant beef between werewolves and vampires, but it's such a long rumored thing. I don't think many people question it.
Well, the thing is that there isn't a lot of vampires around in the material planes. It's because we had dealt with most of them in the material plane.
I always assumed it was because they were territorial, even among their own kind.
Yes. Well, they are. I mean, the civil war of the vampires have happened many times, where one baron rose up against the queen, and the queen always quashed them, essentially, as far as I understand. My other brother, Bran, the third, he is in the Shadow Realm, and he has apparently, done a lot of work there. I have a lot of brothers and sisters. I have several thousand siblings. I do, including Voxy. She is one of the newborn, however. Right. Anywho,
right.
But the stories are practically the same. The thing is that vampires no longer seek the material plane because of the sun, their greatest enemy. And they are trying to figure out a way to destroy the sun. They've tried for thousands of years now.
Yeah, what's with the sun and the vampires? Does the sun actually kill vampires?
Yes, quite frequently.
Is that only for weaker vampires, though? Or how does that
Well,
work?
the queen is said to be so powerful she can walk in the light of the sun, but every other vampire is weak in comparison to her, so we presume that she's the only one that can walk along the sun. We don't presume that there's many day walkers with them.
Right. Okay, so let's get to the chase. What does that have to do with our current venture?
My sister.
I assume there's a reason you're bringing it up.
Well, my sister must be here for a reason, but I will ask her about this at a later date. The thing is
Right.
that I'm telling you this because I want you to be able to trust me, and I trust you. Now, I haven't been back in 2,000 years in the material plane, and I want information from you, and I want to present goodwill. Hence why I am sharing this information with you freely, without any sort of thing. I share information that I know, you share information that you know. It's a beneficial contract, if you will. Now,
Gotcha. Marcus is gonna stand up and run to the liquor walk over to the liquor cabinet, pour some glasses for everybody, and he's gonna sit down, and we're gonna do a full download of what just happened in the material plane. The whole thing with Borax, right?
So 2,000. He basically is gonna ask you the question like, what has happened in the last 2,500 years, and you explain to him everything.
The best that we can come up with, or the best at least that Marcus can come up with, and the most important bit being why he's here and the rest of the crew is here, especially the thing with Hammond. And like, here's our mission. Borax is big bad. There's this thing with the Dark God, right? That's been imprisoning the. How long is the?
Wait, Mjalver is evil? Wait,
I guess
the God of Honor. We used to pray upon him for great strength in battle. What are you telling me, that he turned out to be evil?
Honestly, I don't even know if Malvere's like necessarily. I don't know. He doesn't seem like he's the necessarily
Wait,
the
so
big
you're
bad himself.
this?
I think it has something to do more with Vorax.
So this Everstorm you described, this huge cyclone that goes around the world, has to do something with the void. He points at an area that is completely blacked out on the map. He does. And he basically shows you this perimeter around the astral plane that basically is voided out. It's completely black. This here is known as the Void, is what we called it. It appeared 1,000 years ago, it did. Very much like
How long ago did the sandstorm appear?
1,000 years ago.
So okay, so he and I are surmising that these two things happen at the same time.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
yes, sorry.
I'm gonna roll a quick intelligence check.
Yes.
Just for myself. For the purposes of like, because Marcus is not the smartest guy. He's not stupid, but he's not exactly the brightest guy, right? He's like pretty average intelligence.
Copy,
so
copy.
I'm gonna roll an intelligence check just to see to what level I can impart my player understanding to Marcus. Okay. That's an 11, so I'll kind of be moderate. He's got no bonus to intelligence.
Wait, and you're telling me the druid's all gone?
Most of them, at the very least. We've got a couple running around, as far as I know. One of them was someone from another plane, from what I heard from Drift, who is Miss Ivory.
Wait, have you heard of Albereth?
I'm gonna roll a history check on that. Ooh, that's gonna be a 7, I think. Where's my history? Yeah, that's a 7. So probably.
You don't know anything about any Albereth.
Yeah, no, nothing. I will make mention of Ashad.
As you make a mention of Ashad, I've never heard of this figure before. Ashad.
Yeah, much like Miss Ivory.
He came from another world.
plane.
Yes,
from another plane. Last I heard, he set off to try and repair the world trees. That's all I know.
Okay.
Miss Ivory, along with Hammond, set us off to seek out some stuff from these Valvanian ruins because we strongly believe that there are ties between whatever happened to the Valvanians and Vorax. Vorax is attempting to ascertain and acquiesce some of their technology to do something. We're not entirely sure what it is, or at least I'm not. But that's what our ultimate goal is to stop whatever he's doing. To the best of our knowledge, Malvir is just kind of taking sides with Vorax out of some sort of honor-bound allegiance to Vorax. Not necessarily. I don't think necessarily Malvir is evil per se, but rather is just upholding something. The true bad guy is Vorax, the one who caused the most recent catastrophe. Undeniably Vorax. Vorax is the one that we need to stop.
Wait, what does he look like?
Well, I never saw him in person. My description is he's some sort of necromantic entity. He used to be a student of Hammond.
It's bad. My father should have sent news if case something like this would ever happen. You should have sent all my brothers back to the material plane. I don't understand why he hasn't done that yet. Something...
All of this just happened. Like, we just arrived. Very, very recently.
Wait, you're telling me the Malachi Empire is gone?
As of, literally a couple of days ago, yeah.
That means... Oh, no. Well, the Malachites used to be slaves back in the day, 2,000 years ago. The Malachi used to be slaves to the other offspring of the Witterian kingdom. We are the Witterian kingdom. Me and my father essentially are the offspring of the Witterian kingdom. But back in the day, you may not know this, but the Witterian kingdom used to be split in two. One used to be because of a massive civil war that happened between the two. One became slavers and the other one became that. So You're telling me the Malks, the dark-skinned individuals, they became the rulers, and once they became the rulers, they, all right. I think I'm following.
Yeah.
So they got destroyed, and the Witerian kingdom took over all of their territory again. All right. So it's all like it used to be. Okay.
It's all chaos right now. It's not fully. I mean, basically, the world's playing damage control right now. It was, and this happened. Was it like less than a week ago?
It's about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks.
About a week ago. Yeah, this happened like just over a week ago.
Well, I will let you know something. I've heard of a rumor of something in the Valvanian city, something that I didn't want to tell to my men or in front of my men. There's said to be an artifact there crafted by the gods. If you're seeking to kill a god, that's the artifact you probably are going to need. It's said to be created by a god, and it's one of the only things that can wound a god. If you seek to kill a god, you might want to seek out that weapon.
That's honestly sounds exactly what we're looking for.
Mm.
Again, the brains of the operation of the overall operation would be Hammond and Miss Ivory herself, being that she has a greater understanding of this technology than anybody else, even Hammond himself.
Right.
She comes from a world where magic apparently didn't even exist, which is mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, I understand.
Our entire civilization was based on technology. So her being here, she has a better chance of understanding how to work any of this stuff better than the rest of us. And she spent most of her time over the past couple of months studying the Valvanian technology. She's currently here, and I point on the map to where Hammond's school currently is in the astral plane, and I just tell him, like, this is basically our base of operations.
Right, I will keep that in mind. I do want to warn you, there is certain, on the right side, on the right side of the astral plane, there isn't a lot going on here in comparison. There's just like some evil factions, but the humans, you want to watch out for the humans. The humans and the dwarves. The dwarves have what you call technology to a certain point. They have higher technology. They have long cannons that can fire for certain kilometers. They have ships made out of metal. I recommend being careful when it comes to the dwarves, because they have ships I've never seen before. They're very powerful. Yeah. Now, as for that, I want to let you know something. The way that the astral plane works around time with the astral plane is that it doesn't. Time here is all wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, crazy patazy kind of stuff.
Intelligence check. Oh, that one was pretty good. Yeah, that's a 15.
Yeah.
Okay, so Marcus generally follows. He's like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Now, essentially, time doesn't work linearly in the astral plane. The time works unlinearly. Essentially, time bounces around the place. Sometimes, if you spend a week here, it might take 2 seconds in the real world, or it can take 2 years. So, you don't know exactly when or why or the time, essentially, that it takes.
On that same intelligence check, Marcus is gonna relate that part of what Hammond and Ivory were up to is they created a device to synchronize, or rather to basically allow them to return to they created a device for travel between the planes that would synchronize the time streams so that we could return to the same time. So even if you have a weird amount of time passing here, you can return to a specific time in the material plane.
The problem is that time is really weird. So one of the things is that time will have passed since that moment that you basically have, and you guys don't know exactly how long that has passed. And the thing is that time is really fucking weird, essentially.
Marcus would be like, yeah, I don't understand exactly what it was. They were just saying that it was some sort of device that was meant to stabilize the passage between the dimensions.
Maeve, she looks at you guys and says, well, if you are... Well, I'm kind of curious. Well, I've never seen the material plane like my husband has. I've never seen it. You have, but I grew up in this plane. I'm 300 years old and I never left this plane before. Also, I like, as far as I understand, time has worked really differently here, because my husband says that he's been here for thousands of years. Like 5,000 years or something, he says it feels like the astral plane has taken, essentially, in comparison to the normal plane. Which makes sense, I guess. It feels like 5,000 for him, but time in the real world has passed another way. You guys described that it's been 2,000 years since the Great Regime fell. And yeah, the humans are no longer the main power in the world either. Which is a really big nightmare, because the Malks were... the fact that the Malks are huge now. Concerning.
Well, not anymore.
Well, yeah, and not anymore. To be fair, for what you told me, they kind of deserved it.
I mean, sure. Well, I mean, maybe the regime did, but the common people, most of them were innocent folks.
I'm hoping...
Either way, point is, none of that really matters at this point, at least as far as I'm concerned, because we've got bigger problems. I don't think Vorax is going to stop there. He's after something bigger. His ultimate end eludes me up till now.
One of the things that I think... Well, the stories that I've heard...
Does Golden have any information that he wants to share with Marcus right now to, like, bring into the meeting? Does Cole have any information about Vorax or anything like that?
Back into why I'm sorry, I don't remember.
Well, you do remember that, well, you remember a lot of things, but this might be a worthy thing to, like, go back and re-listen to one of the previous episodes. This is, like... But the information that you remember, essentially, is, from as far as you know... How do I describe this in a certain way? Man, I'm trying to figure this out. You figure out, within your telepathic ways, is that you... Jesus Christ, I'm trying to figure out what I am remembering now. You remember that Vorax is, he studied under Hammond 2,000 years ago, or approximately 1,700 or something years ago. It isn't an exact time. Now, essentially, he ended up dying, and then he resurfaced 2,000 years later, approximately, when you guys ended up almost got killed by Vorax. It was when Hammond saved you. Now, Hammond explained to you guys that he, from as far as he understands, apparently there was a god called Baldur that went to Vorax that kind of... Golden is loud. Oh, fair enough. Now, essentially, no, Nexus said that. Anyway, now...
Yeah, no, I assumed as much. You were reading chat.
Yeah, now, essentially, what you remember is that he imprisoned the god, and I don't know if you remember the purpose of what Vorax seeks, but he seeked something out of he found something out of a Valvanian city, a ritual, if you will. And I'm going to leave it there, because unless you can remember it, Golden, I'm not going to give it to you. I'm sorry.
He could roll a history check for it.
You can roll a history check for it if you want to, yeah. I'll give it to you. You can.
DC?
DC 17.
Okay. History check. Boom.
Oh.
Oh, what is wrong with my rolls today?
What is wrong with everybody's rolls?
Yeah, you don't remember anything as of that moment.
Actually, I remember that he. No, I'm joking.
You remember Vorax? You remember Vorax is his name?
Remember, he's an asshole.
You remember he's an asshole? Yeah, that's a fair statement.
Man, what a dickhead.
Nah, you don't have anything to include here. Bear!
Yeah.
Figgy!
Bear's
come on.
been gone for a hot minute.
Jesus Christ, Figgy,
Does
Figgy.
Asphodel jump in on any part of this conversation, or is she just kind of sitting quietly?
She's just sitting quietly.
Okay.
She wasn't there for Vorax, right?
Right.
So
No.
You were there on the briefing, though. You would know roughly about as much as Marcus knows.
right, and Marcus is more of the talker than she is. She just like
Nah.
seems like you've covered it,
Gotcha.
kind of thing.
Raining?
Yeah,
it might be.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay, so Marcus is gonna try and like wrap this up a little bit, and he's
Yeah.
gonna be like, all right, so there's a whole thing with the Vampire Queen. I honestly, personally, and I hope this isn't taken the wrong way, I think that needs to be put on the back burner. The
That is
Forex guy
perfect.
needs to come first.
That is perfectly fine. My father sent my sister for a reason. I'm presuming that he needs her for this. And that basically this weapon is what he searches in order to destroy Vorax. I'm presuming my father wishes for the same thing as you. Again, I don't know. My dad is a bit elusive when it comes to his thoughts.
Yeah, we didn't meet up with him at any point, or at least I haven't.
Well, that's perfectly fine. I'm sure my sister will regale me with this later on. Anyway, thank you so much for all of the information and the caughting up. I appreciate it, honestly.
Yeah. Anyways, I hope you can understand now why we're attempting to go to these ruins that are
Yes.
purportedly
Now-
so dangerous.
Now that I know this, I can help the crew understand better, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Well, you have a lovely night, my lady.
You as well.
Captain. He walks out of the ship, and you see that Maeve is still sitting there. Am I dismissed?
I guess so. Yeah, I wasn't attempting to hold anybody here. We're just having a chat.
Sorry, I'm not used to this. I'm typically used to being dismissed.
No worries. I may be the captain, but honestly, I'm not. I try not to take myself too seriously, right? I mean,
That's perfectly fine. Well, may Saloon watch over you. And she nods her
and
head.
he just kind of like gives like the tiny bow as well, and then yeah.
And she turns around and she walks out the door and she closes the door very softly. She does.
All right.
A bird just posted, "Hey, what is Golden rolling?" Man, like, goddamn, Golden is rolling garbage.
Yeah, we're all rolling garbage.
Yeah, everybody's
Everyone.
everybody's rolling shite today, Bird. Honestly,
Bird, we miss you. We need you here.
they want you here, Bird. Just letting you know.
We don't care if you're late, but if you're too sick, that's fine. But it'd be great if you were here.
They want you. They want you real bad. Anyway.
Okay, other than that, I assume we just kind of take our rest for the night and then continue on our way.
Now, as you continue your day, you wake up the next day. Golden, as you head up to the crow's nest, I want you to do me a favor. Roll me an Arcana check.
Arcana check? Okay. I'm killing myself. I'm inspiration.
Oh
Golden?
my god. Jesus Christ!
Okay, Golden, as
What are these fucking rolls?
you hear the name Sun come again behind you, but this time you feel
Okay, say that out and say that more loudly, Becken. I want to make sure.
you hear the word Sun come up behind you, and as you do, you feel a hand touch your shoulder. You do, and as you
I
turn,
immediately
you see a
yeah.
male. Oh, sorry, Golden. Sorry, continue. My apologies.
I immediately turn around with a gasp,
Yeah.
sort of like a spook, little
He,
tremble down my spine.
as you look at him, you see that there is a Kenku male behind you. You do, and you see that he stares you down. He does. He looks down at you, and you see, as you stare at him, you see that he has a necklace with the sigil of the Order of the Ashes on him, and you see that he stares at you. Find me. As he, before anything else is able to say, he fades away.
No!
And that's what you see, Golden. Do me a favor, roll me a perception check.
I'm killing my dude. I'm not.
What is happening? Bro, what is happening? We have all rolled sub 10.
Everybody gets back their inspiration. The next roll is with advantage. Golden, roll me again with advantage. Roll me again with advantage.
I get my inspiration back.
You're getting your inspiration back, but you also get to roll this next roll with advantage, but you still get your inspiration back.
Dude,
what is happening?
Reroll with advantage.
Perception. Okay.
There we go.
God.
Jesus
Fucking
Christ.
Thank God.
I can take away your good luck, but I can also give you good luck, okay?
What the fuck?
That is so bullshit. Golden, you hear the sound of a hurricane coming down from starboard, you do. As you look to the left, as you miss as your father fades away, you see a gold dragon coming towards the ship, you do. But as you get a close look, on that 19, you see that this gold dragon is heavily damaged. You do. It's bleeding. And you see that its blood sort of like fades out into the astral plane. But you see that on top of the dragon, there is a female elven warrior that is riding, clad in silver armor. And they are coming straight towards you. What do you do?
Quickly roll insight.
Insight. Go ahead. Roll me insight.
Okay.
Nice. There we go.
Finally! Yes!
Okay.
Good
Yes!
finally, motherfucker. Let's fucking go.
Woo! Yes!
Oh my God.
As you do that, you see that as you look and you notice that you notice.
Does she have hostile intent?
Okay. You see,
Does the dragon have hostile intent? I want to know
seem
those.
Hostile, but they seem like they need help. You cannot discern their true thing, but essentially the dragon seems so hurt that they may need help.
Okay.
I am now gonna move you guys back.
I don't have what fucking Will has for casting the spell out loud to everyone, so I'm just gonna.
Oh, I'm gonna assume that I leave a message cantrip up with you because you're at a distance from me, so you have a telepathic link with me the whole time.
I'm still not gonna notice it enough to think that it's there, and I'm still gonna go for it. And the intercom is going to hear me, and it's going to fucking deaf everyone. Sort of.
The intercom?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
that's what I'm basically calling it. It's basically that.
Oh,
like,
are you referring to the thing where I used my wind magic to carry
yeah.
my voice? That's a Tempest sorcerer thing that I can do.
Yeah,
it's not a thing that exists on the ship. I just because I have the wind speaker feat. Or
oh no, I knew that. Just kind of like thought that you left like a portion of it. Whatever. Anyway.
Oh yeah, no, it's like a thing that I do for myself. It's not something I can really impart to other people unless.
I get it.
Yeah.
I
again,
just kinda,
you do have a telepathic link to me.
I both sent you a message that incoming golden dragon requires assistance.
Okay.
in desperate
then
need of aid.
Yeah, then I once again speak with the wind and I say, dragon incoming. They look distressed. Everybody everybody ready for everybody get ready to accept
medical
a
crew it's medical crew on standby.
Yeah.
Medical crew on standby. Golden dragon being hurt. There's a woman on top of it. It's basically what I wanted to say.
Yeah. So I'll be like, all hands on deck. Make ready for refugees, including a large dragon.
Yep.
You guys see that on top of the dragon, by the way? It looks like there's like a tent that is basically pitched up there and stuff like that. And there seems
How
like
big
there
is
are
this dragon?
Supplies on the side of it, so there you go.
How big is this dragon?
Huh?
How big is this dragon?
Big enough. I can't give you too much information.
I guess compared to the ship, roughly speaking?
Not bigger. It is a bit smaller than it's a bit smaller than the ship.
Could it land comfortably on the deck? Okay.
Not even a debate.
Okay, cool.
Hold on. As you are... Hold on, let me turn on the music again. My apologies for this. Nah, let's do a little bit more brutal, shall we? Alright, let's do a little bit more savage. Alright, as you guys basically see this dragon coming in. Alright. Now, essentially, let me just quickly... I gotta set this guy up correctly. As you guys see this guy coming in, you see that he's huge. Yeah, that is correct. Decisive. Alright. This guy is massive. The dragon comes flying in. And as it basically comes, you guys see that there is a, the dragon is, like, clearly flapping its wings. It seems, actually, Asphodel?
Yeah, what's up?
Can you do me a favor and roll me either an investigation or perception? You can
I can do that. Let me see which one I prefer. Investigation is a +7, perception is a +4. I will do investigation.
Investigation, yeah.
26, let's go.
Alright, as you roll investigation, you recognize the eyes of this dragon needs the same. You've seen these eyes before. They're very recognizable. You remember it from when you were a child. A city on fire. However, the face and the skin does not fit it. The dragon scales does not fit it. The dragon scales do not fit it. The only thing that is recognizable is the eyes.
The eyes.
You are, if you want to, you can roll a sanity check here. If you feel like this would be scary enough.
Is Asheville near me?
Yeah.
Probably.
Help action.
Help action.
Wait,
And that's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, shoot, probably with advantage, I feel. But yeah, that works perfectly. What it would be a sanity check? Would that just be like...
It's at the bottom.
Oh, there it is, right here.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay. And I roll that with advantage. There we go. Submit. Oof. She's losing her marbles.
What the fuck?
Jesus Christ, Naya! What the hell?
So, Asphodel's gonna have a bit of a meltdown.
Yeah, as
She starts to panic, like full on panic attack, right? She starts to shake, her eyes kind of glaze over.
Does she
and
run?
her breathing becomes... She doesn't run.
So she is not full flight. Okay, got it.
She's not in flight mode, she's in just like, you can tell if you look at her, like she's no longer on the ship. Her head is somewhere else. Eyes are glazed. body shaking, breathing erratic. Like it's.
Is this more of like a fear response, like a fight response, or a flight response?
That's a
Is
great
she fight
question.
or flight?
Roll me an insight check, Will.
Do I have advantage against you in this moment?
That's a good question. I will leave that up to you. How well do you think you know Ashville at this point?
That's a great question.
Well, given the circumstances, I think there is an argument for it, especially because one of the things we did together was track down the lead about that dragon.
Right.
Okay. So. Oh, and I think actually I have. Where's my? Hold on, sorry, real quick. I gotta find. I do have a additional thing because of my. Yep, I can add my d6 to this as well if I need to. I probably just will. 16, and I will add my d6. Okay, well I got a 17. Fight or flight?
Fight or flight? I want to say it's more flight than it is fight, but like I said, she froze. Right? It's like... actually, no, I think it would be more fight. I think at a jump, like if you jump scare her in a way, she's going to go into full ballistic, like she's going to fight. It feels like she's a bomb waiting to go off, a landmine, right?
Gotcha. So it's almost like you're having an instinctual rage reaction.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm gonna put my hand on your shoulder and just be like, relax. There's a lot of dragons. We're good. And I'm gonna roll persuasion against you to try and get you to calm down.
Okay.
25.
25. Is there something I roll against that?
It would probably be,
If you want,
I would say a wisdom saving throw, probably.
I am
or a
going
charisma
to
saving
say
throw,
that
maybe.
unless Naya thinks that you shouldn't succeed here, I am going to allow this. Unless there's any
I
specific
think you
reason.
shouldn't succeed.
Like, do you think you would resist me trying to calm you down?
That's a good question, yeah.
And that's where I'm kind of like, in the state of mind that Asheville's
Doesn't
in,
matter.
she wouldn't even necessarily like recognize you right away, right? Your hand on
So
the
roll a
shoulder.
wisdom saving throw then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw. Yeah, that's a good one, yeah.
Oh wait, that was just a straight wisdom. Where's my saving throw? There it is. Sorry. I guess it wouldn't matter. It's the same.
It literally rolled the same.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, as you...
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
So that means you succeed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So with the slight pressure on her shoulder and your calming voice, she starts to like come out of whatever mode she was in, right?
But probably
And-
still on edge a little bit, I assume.
Is still very much right. Adrenaline is still pumping. Her body is still agitated by whatever just happened. She's like,
But she's just a little
her
more
mind has come back, but her body is on edge, if that makes sense. Like, it's like she's now fighting herself because her instincts are telling her to fight or flight, right? Like, it's
Right.
like her body wants to react, but her mind is like now taking control again. It's like, okay, you're safe, you're fine. It's
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So I'm gonna use my where is it? It's not Tempestuous Magic. Where is it? It's one of my sorcerer abilities that allows me to control the wind.
He's coming in fast, Will. He doesn't look like he's stopping.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, I'm gonna wheel the ship towards them and change the wind with my storm guide.
Wait, so you're moving the ship forward so that he's coming in from the front and not the side?
Basically, I'm gonna. Oh, how fast are they coming in?
Quite fast. Dragons are incredibly fast.
Okay, then I'm gonna actually turn the wind against us to pull us to a full stop.
All right.
And I'm gonna shout that across the wind. Full stop.
All right. As you basically do that, you see that there's some of the guys that are moving the sails a little bit like further in and taking in some of the wings. as you see that the dragon is coming in as it basically crashes into the deck and lands.
Can I angle the wind upward to try and soften its landing? So
Yes,
that, like, it's
you
catching
may
a little more wind.
absolutely.
into
Is
its-
there a roll?
Yeah. No, I guess what I'm trying to do is, like, the dragon is having a hard time flying. I'm trying to, like, change the direction of the wind that we already have upward so that the dragon has a little more lift and can land a little more easily without crashing.
Yes.
Because I'm like, fuck, don't crash into the ship, don't crash into the ship!
Roll me a not a luck check, but roll me like a
Do we roll Arcana?
roll me an Arcana. Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay, cool.
I think that's fair.
It's a 10.
As you try to stop the thing is that it comes in too fast, and as it comes in too fast, it doesn't harm. Actually, let me roll a luck check. Oof. It does harm the ship quite a bit as it lands on the deck. It doesn't crush any cannons, but it does deal a little bit of damage. The ship takes 10 damage, just straight up.
Cracks the deck.
Yeah, it does as it lands really hard onto the top of the deck. You see that immediately as they do that, you see that the werebear is coming. The second werebear is also coming up to the deck. You see that Bran immediately acts. You do as he jumps down in his werewolf form and he runs over there, and you see that's like, everybody gather around! Get that lady down into the bottom deck! Try to get it! We need a healer! You see that healer gathers around, and the dragon seems... The dragon is visibly damaged, it is. Like, it has been cut, it has bludgeoning, cracked things, cracked scales. Huh?
How is the dragon? Can I roll an insight on the dragon?
Yes.
Or maybe an animal handling, depending on how intelligent the dragon is.
Yes. You may absolutely.
Which would you prefer? Animal handling or insight?
This is an insight.
Okay. Insight. Normal roll. Okay, well, I'm definitely adding my d6 to that. Okay, so that's a 13.
They land. Hold on.
So I'm looking for the same thing with that insight. I'm looking for the same thing that I did with Asphodel. Is this dragon in fight mode, or is it like is it going to, if I approach it, if anybody approaches it too quickly, is it gonna like turn on people out of fear?
It doesn't seem that way. But as you are Adam is going towards it, it doesn't seem hostile from what you can tell. But as you come towards it, you see that as hold on, I'm trying to figure out the right words. As you basically Bran comes towards it, you see that the dragon raises up. Humans, get her to safety! And he basically uses his wing to unfurl her and get her down to the bottom. The dragon stumbles forward and spits up blood just as it then falls down onto the deck for a second. And it seems very damaged. And
can I run up and try to calm the dragon down?
Yes, you may
and allow the feeling of my dragon mark to try and I want to take advantage of the dragon mark to try and calm the dragon down, and mechanically I guess that means I want advantage on it by letting that dragon energy radiate between us.
As you basically do this, you see that he looks at you. He meets your eyes, but as he meets your eyes, he also looks past you. He does well, and he also sees the rest of the crew. Werewolves, of course. Wait, you've been touched by my father.
And I go, hey, you're all right. You're in safe hands.
You see
We're
that
gonna get you.
he touches your forehead for a second. He does. As he does, he shows off a village on fire, but as he touches you, you see that not only is the village on fire, but you see orcs running around, like slaughtering people. You see, as you see the dragon comes in with this warrior on the back. She's unconscious now, by the way, just letting you know. Incredibly, fully unconscious. And as you see that the dragon comes in with this warrior, and you see two eyes staring back at you all the time during this. You see two eyes coming into focus. You do, as he touches, as the touch, you sense that the orcs have found a village, and they have, and there was apparently a sort of like attack effort by humans trying to take over or like secure the island, and this elven warrior couldn't sit by and stand by, so she sent her and her dragon was sent forward. They were to basically try to save the humans from taking on the island of orcs.
Gotcha.
That's what you can tell. And he lets go of you, and you immediately get back. You feel like a certain rush of adrenaline come through you, as the eyes staring back at you was the eyes of the dragon, of like an evil dragon staring at you. You do.
Okay.
And this dragon looks so hurt and damaged. He does, like, I'm not even joking. He could be on the brink of death. Like, he's that damaged.
Okay. Man, I wish Bear was here.
Bear!
Where has Bear been?
Barry! Biggie!
I don't have any healing abilities. I don't think you do either.
Holden, do you have any healing?
Nope. Why would you think a monk has healing?
Oh, fucking no, man! What you want from me?
Autistic screeches, you.
Autistic screeches.
Orcs. The orcs are coming!
Okay.
Yeah. What?
Okay, man, again, this is one of those things where, like, the rest of our party members are not here to roleplay. Can we assume that Sarius does some healing?
I can assume so.
Okay. Do you have his character sheet? Do you want to, like...
I can do the healing, don't you worry. I got it. Cyrus comes up, he starts to heal him a little bit, but he is so damaged. Cyrus is gonna look at you and be like, they're so damaged, I can't do a lot for them right now. I need time.
Alright.
She is in a coma, Will. The elf is in a coma. Yes.
Do you want me to roll like a medicine check to see like who needs the most attention right now?
Yes, go right ahead. Roll a medicine check.
Damn it. Not a good roll. Anybody else want to roll medicine?
I'm not down there, am I?
Well, you can jump down there, go. You have.
Yeah, I'll roll medicine.
Isn't that gonna be an action though?
Don't expect much.
No, you can jump down there for free, dude. You're not in combat.
Yeah, we're not in turn order, right? Just man.
I got no modifiers for it either, so it was just a straight
neither.
whatever.
Yeah.
You guys are adorable.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah, as and Vanilla are looking at it like, well, this definitely looks bad.
Yeah, I look at this and I'm like,
Blood!
This is bad.
This is not good.
Blood!
I'm gonna pull up Google and be like, diagnose you with already dead.
You just post that on his body. As you basically are looking at this dragon, you see that he stares at you with those eyes. Ashadel, he does. Huh?
You're muted. You're muted on your.
You're right. I did mute myself. Can I roll another insight now that the dragon is so close? Like, so, like...
You will even get an
like,
insight,
full
but with
size.
advantage for this.
Okay. So, what I'm, like, trying to... Oh, gosh, what did I do? Hello?
Oh, she accidentally backed out of the game.
I don't know how that happened. I just went to click on it, and it kicked me out for a second. Give me a second. I'm hopping back in.
That's okay. I didn't think
Loaded.
this anyway. I'll be right back.
God damn it. I just messed up. Okay, there. Where's my character sheet? Here we go. Okay. Where'd my insight go?
Right next to your charisma button. It's in the skills.
There. Yeah. Sorry, I just got a little lost for a second, but I found it. Insight with
I have like the
advantage.
same insight.
We got that synergy. Submit. Ooh! Is that a nat 20?
Yeah,
A nat 20?
Insight. Okay. You see the eyes of the dragon which killed your family, you do. As you stare at this dragon, you see that he looks at you, he does. This is... But you also realize that this guy doesn't have that intent. He seems peaceful, friendly, as he stares at you. You know that this is this is the son of the dragon. You do.
The son. This is the offspring of the dragon that killed
Yes.
my village.
Yes.
Okay. Asphodel is going to be ever so slightly hostile towards him, holding a bit of a grudge.
Yes.
Like passive aggressive or petty almost.
Not petty, just...
Like
How
how
do I
does that
describe this?
translate? Or does it?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. How would this translate? She dislikes the dragon. She
I mean,
dislikes
if you
most
wanted
dragons.
to, you
She
could always
just-
drive a
she dislikes
dagger into
dragons.
its heart. It looks so damaged, you know? It
Dude,
looks-
that's the thing. That's the thing. Asphodel is not without mercy. She understands that the dying creature, and she is aware she could totally end its life if she wanted to, but she's not. Right?
And just to be clear, she recognizes this is not the dragon that
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yes,
it's
because
the
that
child,
dragon
the
is
offspring.
significant. That dragon is bigger than the ship. So,
Yeah.
just letting you know. This is...
Yeah.
That dragon, the dragon that we're hunting is Smaug size.
It's
yes.
more just she does not trust
It
this
might be bigger
dragon.
than
She does
Smaug,
not
actually,
like
now that I
that this
think about it,
dragon
but
is
yeah.
on our ship. She just is not a fan of the entire situation. She also understands that it's not her shot. Right? It's not her call. So she's just gonna be... She is just not going to be actively helping the situation. Does that make sense?
She's gonna be standing by.
She's gonna be standing by, secretly hoping that the dragon just dies, but she's not gonna take any actions towards killing it herself. She's just kind of like, I hope it dies. I don't like this. And maybe even the dragon itself can sense hostility in her towards it, right?
Hold on,
Okay.
let me...
Something I'll cover real quick with you is, because I told Eric about this, but I don't think I've actually told you about this yet. My master's a dragon. Right? I was raised as a fighter, but then when my magic fully started to emerge,
Mm-hmm.
I
Would Asphodel already be aware of this?
yes. But that's what I'm telling you now is
Yeah.
I was taught how to embrace my sorcerer side from a dragon. It's also where I got my sword from.
Right.
Right? So my relationship with dragons is much closer to my relationship with humans, where it's like some good, some bad. I'm not
Right.
racist to dragons.
And that's where Asphodel would have probably been starting to accept that idea that not all dragons are bad. but this is literally the offspring of the one that murdered her family. Like, she's not
Right,
going
she's
to
having
just...
a harder time.
She's definitely struggling.
As she
So,
the dragon stares at you, Asphodel, just uncomfortably, kind of like staring. Just stares at you into your eyes. Knowing
She stares back.
She does. He does. He also got a nat 20. He stares at you knowingly. And you
he
hear
got a nat 20 on her.
yes, he did.
You both got nat 20
We
on
got-
each other. Crazy.
Like, we're just having this
Staring
contest
yes!
where it's like we're both like, it's almost like we're communicating without saying words. Like, he knows that I don't, like, he knows my story. I know he's not the actual dragon that murdered, but it's like this, like,
You're struggling to not hold a grudge.
yeah, and it's like she is struggling and at the moment losing because she really just is like,
As you stare at
This is something that I like the idea of, but feel free to like shoot it down. I like to imagine that on 2 nat 20s where you guys are insight on each other, there's like not a real telepathic conversation, but almost like it's almost like a telepathic conversation where you both are able to communicate clearly to each other. In this
yeah, that's kind of what I was going for. Like, it like communicating without actually speaking. Like, there's a whole ass conversation happening that only they are aware of. Without actually speaking.
Do you two want to like, in a split moment, act this like out very quickly here? I'll leave this up to Eric.
You see, but I'm now gonna just did the hold on a second. Jesus Christ. Okay, my PC's being a little bit of a bitch right now. Let me just quickly. My PC's being a little bit of a bitch. The dragon, but as you basically are doing that, you see that he as you stare at the dragon. Hold on, is this? Yeah, that's fine. As you stare into his eyes, you see that he just continues to stare into your eyes. But if you have anything to say, now's the time.
Well, I guess, okay, so something we just proposed, I think, while you were fighting your PC, is that because they both rolled nat 20s on each other, there might be a sort of pseudo-conversation. It's not a real telepathic conversation, but because they both rolled nat 20s, they might be able to almost telepathically say
He looks
something.
sympathetic at you, essentially, he does.
And Asphodel will look spitefully at him. Right? Almost to say, like, very accusatorily, like, your father murdered my family.
I mean,
right?
the way that he is, the greatest explanation I can say is the look he's giving you is the look of someone that knows what you've gone through. He is like kind of like with the stare is very clearly known that it's kind of like he's saying I know, and I am sorry.
Right.
Essentially.
And Asphodel internally will be kind of fighting that, like not wanting to accept the apology, but also understanding that it wasn't him.
If anybody
that did
stares at them from the outside, it's just gonna be like, what the fuck is going on right now? Like,
It might be mistaken for some, like,
Will you allow me to roll insight with advantage on you to understand what's going on here?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Just because I know your story.
Yeah.
Okay, so 21. Oh, I'll also roll 96. 25. What do I know now?
Basically, everything that I just said that was technically supposed to be only between the dragon and me,
I'm catching
you're,
most of it.
you're catching most of it, right? You can see that I'm not fully.
You're resisting the forgiveness.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
It's there. It's being contemplated. It's almost desired, but it's not there yet, right? It's like she wants to let go. She wants to accept that this is right. She's thinking about to everything that maybe Marcus has told her, right? She understands, right? But she understands not all dragons are bad, but there's still a little bit of that like resistance. Yeah. She will be the first to break eye contact.
Oh, okay.
She's going to... It's going to become almost painful to continue staring. And the idea that he is pitying her is going to be both... What's the word? She doesn't like that he's pitying her, but at the same time, there's a part of her...
Comforting and insulting.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's comforting and insulting to her. So she becomes awkward and a little annoyed. So she's just going to look away and find something to stay busy with, while not entirely like shutting the dragon's apology down in a sense, right?
Yeah. Golden, do me a favor.
And he...
sorry.
Yeah.
Continue. Sorry.
Can you mute my microphone? I can do that.
I thought you were done. I apologize.
No, that's good. We're good.
Okay, thank you.
Right.
Golden,
The dragon
roll
will know.
Yeah, I understand. Golden, roll me an Arcana check.
Oh my god, not again. What the fuck am I so zoomed out of the roll 20? Jesus Christ. Okay, Arcana check. 16.
You sense a spell of invisibility off in the distance, you do, as there is 3 ships coming straight towards you. You can sense that these ships are small in nature, the size of sloops, but there's 3 of them coming straight towards you. They're far enough away, but you can see them. They're using invisibility to hide their ship, meaning they're coming straight towards you, but they are not in throwing range in order to hit you yet. You have 2 turns to act. You have a couple of turns to act. Sorry.
Turn 1.
Yes.
I scream out loud about the 3 ships that are invincible.
All right.
I wish I could act it out right now, but I unfortunately can't because my mother. I would have 100%. So basically, just imagine Cole screaming, saying, hostile ships inbound," or something. They're using invincibility potions or something.
Captain! Look! No, sorry.
Captain! Invincibility boats! Some shit.
Okay, then
Invincibility boats!
I'll telepathically be able to do, like, how many?
3.
3. Alright. And then I will, again, through the wind, right? I'm speaking loudly, but not shouting because I don't need to. Hostiles incoming. We got 3 ships on the way. Make ready for combat.
Do I know the direction? Do I sense the direction?
It is from west. But as you do that,
West, yeah.
you hear, you see that all of the werewolves change into werewolves, and you hear a howl.
All the werewolves change into werewolves? What?
Yeah,
Like
the
they shapeshift
humans
into
that
a
are still
full
humans
werewolf.
change into werewolves, and you hear the howl of war. And this is where we're gonna end this episode.
Yeah. Combat next week. Let's go.
Oh, combat next week. Let's go! And this will be the first time that somebody controls the ships without it being me. So this will be fun. Honestly,
Excellent.
I'm excited. I'm gonna add boarding cannons to one of the things that you can fire with. So if you want to board somebody by using cannons, you can do that. Everybody, thank you. Sorry that Big E was not present during most of this, but tomorrow, next session, we're gonna do a couple of things with Julie and stuff to determine basically what happens. I'm gonna talk to Julie and essentially and everything. And also
Figure out what happened off screen.
Naya, thank you for showing up. We appreciate you. And the same thing with like everybody else. Thank you guys for showing up. The people that showed up. Bird was a little busy, but that's fine. Bear was a bit busy, but that's fine. I'm hoping that Bird and Julie and Sarah's can make the next session. Anyway, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us today for the fate of Asharon! Join us for the next episode when we are going to split some mainbraces! Hoist the main line! Go! Sink some
ships and take the fight to the orcs! Huzzah! Hey! See you guys later. Bye! Woo!